Hello everyone, Dom here. How's it all going? Just sorting out my broken glasses. My son broke these. You can see there's no part there. And it keeps getting wobbly, and I didn't put my contacts in. But anyway, how's it all going? Back with another waffly live stream. I'm trying to do these every week to build up my numbers on Twitch, get to affiliate. And also it's good practice as well when I hopefully grow the team for Esports News UK in the future. Get someone on board who's better at video than I am, and the Twitch won't be in a state where we're growing from 20 followers but 200 or 300 followers. So thanks to everyone for following so far. I'm going to jump into news. We've got quite a bit this week. But first of all, before we jump in, shout out to Middlecott who gave us a shout out here with this stream. Wake Up Babe, new Dom Sacco stream just dropped, which made me laugh. And Middlecott is the founder of LeagueWorks, which is a sort of new entity, right, that cropped up a few months ago now, doing a bunch of different content around UK League, NLC and other bits and pieces. To be honest, I need to do some stuff with them. I've just been chatting to Middlecott and we'll hopefully do some stuff soon. Jiggy, hello Jonas, how are you doing? Morning Dom, good morning. I forgot to say good evening to everyone. I know it's very late. I can't really do earlier than 9 PM because I've got the kids and everything. My wife's been working on the weekends recently. So how are you doing, Jonas? How are things with you? I hope all's well. You've been doing some good stuff at Resolve, and you must have some views on the Roehampton Singularity news, which we'll come on to later on as well. I hope you're well. Before we jump into that, there's a few things on my mind. So this is Arcane. No spoilers. Don't worry, I'm not going to do any spoilers here. But the final act dropped. I think it was yesterday or this morning UK time, and I blitzed it earlier while I was looking after the kids. I was watching it on my phone, and it's just, I'm very impressed with it. There's this review here from IGN, which I think gave it a 10 out of 10. I think, let's have a look here. Yeah, like 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Editor's choice. They said Arcane is the first video game adaptation that's truly a masterpiece, breaking new ground for what's possible in TV animation. Of course, this is the League of Legends Netflix show that launched a few weeks ago. I don't know if I agree with 10. I'd probably give it a solid 8, maybe 7 if I was being a little bit harsh, because I felt like it started off very well. The first 3 episodes, Act 1 was very good, and then as it went on, for me, I lost a little bit of interest towards the end. But Riot have said in the past there's going to be, all kinds of shows and things like that here. So I look forward to seeing more from them in the future. Lorks, thank you for following. How are you doing? So if any of you watched Arcane, what do you think of it? No spoilers, please, in the chat. I'll keep this completely spoiler-free. But I wanted to talk about this first because I've just watched it all. It's very popular on Netflix. I really like the backstory. I'm a Vi main. You may see in the background there I've got a little Vi figure, so it was good to see her backstory and the backstory of Jinx and all of that stuff as well. I really enjoyed it. Keen to hear what you think. I've got 6 views, which is pretty good. Lorks, I'm very good, thanks. Hope you are well. I'm good. I'm not bad, thank you. Yeah, my weekends have been a little bit crazy, having to look after the kids because my wife's been working the past few weekends, but she hands in, she's doing a course thing and she hands in her assignment on Monday, so hopefully my weekends will come back in future weeks. Haven't watched it, going to binge it in a few days. Yeah, it is pretty binge worthy, and to be honest, like, the episodes are about 40 minutes each, so you can get through it, I'd say, pretty easily. I mean, what's that, 9 episodes? Maths is not my strong point. That's like 2 hours every 3 episodes, right? So yeah, you can do 6 hours. You can do it in a day pretty easily if you don't have much on. Middlecott, hello. Prepare to feel a whole host of different emotions. Okay, yeah. Is this the singularity stuff, right? I will come on to that. That's story number 4 or 5. I'm going to start with all the League of Legends stuff. So let's move on from Arcane. Before we get into UK League, I just wanted to chat about roster moves because, you know, it's been roster mania, hasn't it, the past few weeks? LEC, LCS, all players moving all over the place. LFL, Reckless moved to LFL at Carmine Corp. And I'm not going to go into individual articles because there are so many of them from the past week. Shout out to Esports, Jacob Wolf and his team doing a good free agency show on Twitch, which was really interesting. I really liked the quality of that show. That was very good. But this is a handy thread here on the League of Legends subreddit, roster rumours and changes mega thread that went live a few days ago. So you can easily see here, there's LCS. We'll jump in with LEC because that's more relevant to us, right? Can you see all this? I hope. No. Let me move. Let me see if I can move this somehow. This is a bit annoying. Hang on. No. I'm just wondering how I can do this. It's really annoying. Okay, if I zoom right in, you might be able to see that. Saves me faffing about. There we go. There we go. Right. E.g. You may be able to see this. I can't see the team name, which is annoying. It's not letting me see the team name. That's really annoying how this is working out here. What's the best way for me to do this? Because basically I crop Chrome so that you don't have to see all the ads and the top and the bottom and all that stuff. If I just grab a screenshot, okay, let me just grab a screenshot and then I'll put that in and then you can actually see what I'm talking about here. Bear with me 1 second. And interestingly, Excel, so I'm just going to do this really quickly. Excel, let's move my camera here. You can tell I'm not a streamer, right? I'm an article writer. Excel were the first team actually in the LEC to announce their full confirmed roster, which is pretty surprising. They haven't made hardly any moves. They brought in a new top laner, Finn, which we'll talk about in a sec. Okay, let me just bring this in here and then I can talk about it with you. 1 second. I should have done this beforehand, shouldn't I? Faffing about with this. Where are we here? There we go. Right, hopefully you can see this now. It's a little bit hard to see. It's a little bit small, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Oh, look, he's on about Arcane, but don't get me started on Singularity. Okay. Okay, cool. Right, so you should be able to see that. It's a little bit small, apologies, last minute stuff. But you can see in general there, you've got, in the LEC at the bottom, the only confirmed team, like I was saying, is XL Esports there. And the only change they've made is bringing in Finn into the top lane, who's joined from CLG, was it, I think, in LCS? I don't follow the LCS super closely. Replacing Cries. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's talk about Excel, actually. Let's talk about Excel here. Let me just hide this. There we go. You can see the Excel news here. Finn's come in, and his tweet was, you thought 2021 was a weird year. Wait until Excel makes playoffs in 2022. So that's a bold statement. I mean, we've seen Excel players in the past saying, yeah, we're going to make playoffs this time. We're going to do it. And they always fall short by like a couple of points. And it's really frustrating because those couple of points usually are points they could have picked up that they lost to a bottom of the table side or something, you know, like Astralis or whatever. So that's frustrating. How do you think these guys will do? I think they will have an improved season over summer 2021 because I think Marcoon and Advian have had time to settle in now with Patrick and Nukeduck. And I will say, actually, don't write Excel off, you know. I mean, you could say I'm biased because they're a UK-based team, but they're the only team, right, out of all the other rosters that have been together for this long. All the other rosters are going to be chopping and changing like mad. And I think someone said on Twitter the other day, don't forget, you know, you can bring the best players in the world together and they might not play well together. They might not gel together. So I will hand that to Excel. That's not really been spoken about much. They've kept their core intact and they've just made one change in the top lane. So I look forward to seeing how they do. Tim Reichardt, their new Esports director said we were keen to try and keep most of the roster intact because I saw that players synergise well, especially after their promising short stint in the LEC summer split. So let's not rule them out. They've made that change, bringing in Tim, who was with Schalke, and let's see what happens with them. Lork said, I think they're the bottom half of team though. Maybe they get sixth though. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think can they get playoffs? Yes. Will they? I'm not sure. And do you know what as well? I will say with Excel, they seem so focused on playoffs. Why don't they just focus on winning every game? You know, maybe they do. Maybe they are focused on winning every game. But the way they talk and stuff, it gives me the impression they really want to hit playoffs. If you focus on winning every game and aim for the top three and aim really high, you know, then forget about playoffs. You know, maybe it's a mentality thing. I could be completely wrong. I'm not in the camp at Excel, right? I don't know what their mentality and thought process is. But yeah, I'm always up for seeing former ERL players. It feels like a Tottenham mentality. Yeah, it does feel like a Tottenham mentality. It does. I mean, like I say, I could be wrong, but that's the impression I get from tweets and things like this. Lork said, Fnatic, Mad, Lions, Rogue and Vitality should be top four, with G2 maybe up there. BDS, Misfits, SK, Astralis and Excel again could go anyway, who knows. Yeah, exactly. Misfits arguably overperformed, didn't they, in the last season. BDS, we don't know what's going to happen. Matty is joining from the UK. I really look forward to seeing how he does as well. So yeah, I love the LEC. It's we're lucky to have a really competitive league, and you know, Mad Lions winning 2 back-to-back was, I don't think anyone would have predicted that last year, so well done to them. So yeah, let's move back to rosters just really quickly before we move on. Let's bring this back up here. You can see from some of the others, G2 there, Fnatic. A few people are saying Fnatic are going to be strong with Wunder bringing him in, Humanoid, and then Upset Bean stays the same and so on. There's so many changes. Like, I could be here all stream talking about these changes, so I won't go in too much. But yeah, you can see the little stars are confirmed, right? There's hardly anything's confirmed in the LEC yet. We're still waiting. Maybe this week or the next 2 weeks, we're going to see a lot of it get confirmed. But from all the rumours and things, we got a good impression of who's moving where. And shout out to all the journalists that have done good work on this stuff. I don't get the time, sadly, to do the in-depth chasing up on all these. You need a big team to do this stuff, so shout out to those guys. And then in the LCS, there's a few as well. Again, I don't follow LCS. Bwipo moving to Team Liquid is one of the bigger moves from LEC to LCS. You've got, of course, Alfari going the other way, and Perks going the other way as well. Both of them said to be playing for Vitality in this so-called super team. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, going to be really exciting, this split, Middlecott says. And excited to see the CLG roster. CLG, I haven't looked at them. Let's have a look here. Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins was at Cloud9, right? He subbed in for Alfari for one bit. Then they got contracts. Palafox, I don't know Palafox. Luger and Poom. I don't know those players. You say, Dom, you could have a go at me. Dom, what kind of journalist are you? But like I say, I do not follow the LCS closely. I have to admit, you know me, I'm all UK, NLC, and then a bit of LEC as well. So lots of academy players. Yeah, I like to see academy players come through. The article I did on Xmatty the other day, some people were saying to me, oh, he's too old. He's too old to get a starting thing. He's 22, I think he is, like, you know, or whatever it is, 21, 22, I think. We've got to stop this mentality. You know, some of the world's top players are older than that, right? How old's Faker? I don't know how old Faker is, but I think he's older than 22 now, right? He's 24, 25, something like that. 22, too old, laugh my arse. I know, I couldn't believe it, but that's the mentality some people have on Reddit. Follow a fair number of the LCS Academy casters, and they're really hyped on CLG. Okay, yeah, I'll be sure to follow them. I've always had a place in my heart for CLG. They've been around for a while. When I first started following League, they've had some good players over the years, and same goes for Cloud9 as well. I've always sort of followed those two from the States. Dignitas I did as well, but when Odie sold to the 76ers, the new ownership group, I sort of fell out with them a little bit because there wasn't really that UK link anymore. But I'm for me in the LEC, I'm looking forward to watching G2 and Fnatic this time around. They should be doing better than they have done. I know G2 people say, oh, they didn't make Worlds, they were rubbish. Like, they didn't have a super bad split. They were a bit inconsistent, but they didn't play when it counted in the playoffs. You know, I'm surprised really they should have got through the playoffs to Worlds. And I feel for Reckless because I don't think he's a bad player, but for whatever reason it didn't work out for him. I want to see him playing. I'm gutted, to be honest, he's in the LFL. I wanted to see him in the LEC on another team. He's 21, there you go. I mean, Showmaker will be washed in 1 year, then he's 21. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. And you look at, I know beat 'em ups and the fighting game community is different to League of Legends, but they've got people that are older than me winning tournaments and still playing, right? Oh, in their late 30s and early 40s. I think Diego, early 40s, Reinhardt. I know Reinhardt doesn't play in tournaments like he used to anymore, but, you know, League of Legends isn't the fastest paced game in the world, is it? It's not it's not twitchy like CSGO, you know. But anyway, CSGO pros are going to be pensioners soon, said Middlecott. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the CSGO scene as well, right? The so-called old boys club, Richard Lewis and all that, is older than me, and they've been around a while. And like, hey, I feel old as well. You know, you've got people out there. I can't remember who said it now. Casters saying they feel old, right? Too old for the broadcast. And they're younger than me, you know, early 30s or whatever. Officer Naughty, how you doing? Alex, good to see you on the stream. Thanks for tuning in, mate. How are you? Yeah, so, you know, League isn't the fastest game in the world. Team fights can get a bit crazy. But for me, I want to see pro players get to, you know, late 20s. I want to see pro players doing well at 30 or so. But my point was, I feel old as well in this scene, right? I'm 36 now, but I don't care so much. I'm going to keep going, and as long as if I can get funding for Esports News UK, it's in the process at the moment. I've done decks and things, so I've made some progress the past few months. You know, I'll get a young reporter in. You know, that's who I'll get in and try and you know, help them train them up. By the way, I hope the background noise isn't too annoying for you. My computer's been a bit noisy for some reason today. Let me know if it's all right. Have you touched on SNG yet? No, not yet. I'm coming on very soon though, Alex. So you're in good time in here. We've just spoken about Rostermania, XL's roster. Just very quickly on rosters before I'm coming out of League and then going back into League. Royal Ravens announced an all UK COD League roster for 2022 this week, including a couple of returning players, Zero and Nasty. So again, all English roster, some players coming in. Gizmo has also joined, and they joined Afro, who was already there and extended his contract with the Ravens back in September. Dominate remains as coach, and Odie, of course, shout out to Odie, who's a regular on these streams, is MD of the team and Chief Gaming Officer at Rect Global, the parent company of Ravens, and also Rogue in the LEC as well. So Odie, I've been bugging him a bit recently to try and get some intel on Rogue in the LEC, but he hasn't bit yet. He hasn't given me much info. So yeah. Yes, a few COD pros getting fed up moving to Halo. Yeah, I've got that coming up later on. You're right. I did a little tweet on that earlier. Okay, Lorks, that's good then. That's good. My microphone, for some reason, it looked like it was a high output, but it's all good. And then just before Singularity, then on last few LEC bits, Cadril has been linked with a move to a coaching role for 2022 and said he got a lot of offers. He said, I got a lot of offers. I said no to a lot of offers. It's been a weird off season. I said no to a lot of teams. Reason I said no to NA teams was because I don't want to move there yet. I'm not ready in my life to move there. There were some very cool offers from NA though. And he said for the EU offers, he was linked with Vitality. I won't go into details. Esports, man. Things in esports are absolutely wildfires. 1, 2, 3 people know, then 6, then 12, then 55, then 600 and all that stuff. So, and on the rumour that he was joining Vitality, he said, I didn't sign with them yet. Nothing's confirmed. And then a few days after that, he put out a tweet. So this was just a couple of days ago saying, I will be staying as a caster. A lot of reasons why, but mainly I haven't experienced casting to its fullest. I mean, I've never even cast in front of a crowd yet. Wow, I mean, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? That he's been doing this over the past year, and with COVID and lockdowns and so on, he hasn't been able to do live events. I don't want to jump ship after only 1 year. I want to fully commit to coaching when I decide to. Can't wait for next year. So yeah, again, shout out to K Drawitz. I remember when he was a mid laner back in the EU Challenger Series, I think it was, with teams like H2K. And he played in I think he played in the LEC a little bit for H2K as a sub or something. And then he played in the UK scene for a bit. Jungler with Excel, of course, and then moved over to casting. And he's big now, isn't he, on his streams? I mean, his streams get a lot of viewers. He's got almost 140,000 followers now, so it's been great to see his growth. And good to see he still follows me as well, even though he might not talk to me as much as he used to. That's cool. Dorks Cagel is so good. He's made a great transition. And you know, I'll be honest, and this is no disrespect to Cagel, because when I interviewed him back in, I don't know when it was, 2017 at EGX or something, he was very keen to be interviewed by me. I think he was with Schalke at the time. Maybe their academy team, or no, I think it was their first team, but before they were in the LEC. This was before they were in the LEC. He seemed a little bit shy to me, a little bit nervous, but he must have developed a lot at Excel, because now he's the opposite of nervous, isn't he? He's super confident on stream. He knows what he's talking about. I think the players like him because he was a player. The fans of League of Legends like him because he's fun and easy to listen to. He's got knowledge. He doesn't have a big ego. So yeah, it's been good to see his growth. Ridiculously good caster. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, I don't mean to. No, but you get that, right? You get some people in the UK scene that I get to know through the UK scene, and then they go off. It's like I said, Yinsu Collins, right? Who's getting big in Valorant now and has like 30,000 followers. And, you know, we've chatted about journalism and stuff like that, and now she's doing bigger things. I'm like, don't forget me, you know, when you go on to your stardom, because that happens sometimes. Alex said he has no social media presence as a pro player. Then he became a caster and blew up. Yeah, exactly. It's been crazy, his journey, right, over the past year. He's done really well. Ventry, hi Ventry, how are you? I saw you do that interview. Was waiting for a chance to chat with you. yeah, it's cool. It's what the Cagel interview. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I have to do something. You know, I've only just started doing these streams, but I'll have to do one where I get people on, get you talking and stuff. But I love having the chat and catching up, because, you know, John, I work from home, stuck in this office. Yes, I've got the kids, I've got my wife, but it can get a bit lonely, right, at times. So it's good to have the chat to talk to and everything. So here we go. Let's go on then. Let's move on to what I guess you guys, or most of you, are here for. There's only 6, but I appreciate that. 6 is better than 1 in the chat, right? And I put this on YouTube as well, so people can watch it afterwards. But this really surprised me. Now, when I first saw this news come through, let's load up Team Singularity's announcement post first. Because when I first saw this news come through, I just thought, okay, it's a partnership between the org and a university. That's great. I thought it'd be similar to other partnerships. Lucent partnered with a college, didn't they, recently? I can't remember the college name now. And we've seen some of these partnerships. I thought, okay, another thing like that. I glanced at it, right? I'll be honest, I glanced at it because I had several things on. And then I did something else. Then when I came back to it 3-4 hours later, and I read this quote from Atlee, the founder and CEO at Singularity, when he's saying, we're limiting ourselves quite heavily in terms of the talent pool that we're looking to work with, as it's being limited to being players within a university education. But we believe the pros outweigh the cons here, and we can't wait to show our overall setup. Well, I had to go away and think about this, I think, over dinner for about an hour, and I was like, this is a bold move. And, you know, I'll be honest, at first I thought, is this a bit of an FU to the NLC and competitive nature of it and all that stuff? And I thought, I'm not sure. Like, if you read between the lines here, I could be overthinking this, right? I'm an overthinker, but if you read between the lines with Atlee saying, this year has been weird in the NLC, as we've had more off-season than on-season, and even though we've had good results and been close to go to EU Masters, we unfortunately weren't able to do ourselves justice and walk the line. Okay, sorry. I thought there was a quote here from about the changes in the NLC. No, I don't think I have. I think I've looked into that too much. But obviously, there's been a lot of changes in the NLC. Teams coming and going, and he wants to try something different. So I guess fair play in that regard. But it is going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. Oh, Alex says, I still don't believe this is real. That's the thing, Alex. I had to take about an hour or two to digest it, really. Division 2 or Division 3, sure. Get a student team in Division 3 and give them some experience. But Division 1, this is a bold thing because they've got... Right, let's go into my article because they're going to be going up against BTXL. You're going to be going up against Deadly. Right, a super experienced, very, very good ADC player. Not to mention the other players on his team. You're going to be going up against Australis Talent, who just had their roster revealed, right? Megalodontus, I think, did something. If I bring up, if I could go through my tweets, these are the teams they're going to be playing against, right? Let's have a look here. I should have had this in my list actually here. Australis Talent plan to sign Carlson, Taxa, Krez, Chrisberg and Wendelbo. Extremely, very experienced players at the ERL level. This is going to be tough for them, isn't it? Let's see what some of you are saying here. Let's try and keep up with the chat. Lork said, I want to believe they'll do well, but it's so unfair on the players who should be there. And Alex said the pro is that UK Nordic League isn't massive. They can't sell their spot. They will save so much money. Yeah, exactly. I've heard that as well. You can't sell spots, which is a bit odd, right? Because a Trick sold their spot to Australis Talent. So you're saying, you can only buy the spots if you're a big team. I've been talking to people about this and people on my team because I found that a little bit odd. Obviously, you guys might know a bit more than me because you're on the teams, right? And you're talking to NLC. Deadly's gone to Barcelona, Dom. Do you know what? I've actually missed that. I feel bad that I've missed that. That must have been recent, right? Let's have a look. Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed, Lorks? Because I can't see anything on his Twitter. I know he said he's allowed to explore options and beyond. Be interesting to see where you heard that. If Deadly's definitely gone to Barcelona, that's very interesting. Have you just dropped a news bomb on the stream, or is this something I've missed here? I'm very intrigued. Oh, I've typed in Deadly Barcelona in Twitter and it's just coming up with... okay, there we go. I missed that. I've missed this one. I feel bad that I've missed this one. Okay, it's sources, but if it's upcomer, let's have a look who wrote it. Alejandro Gomez. Yeah, Gomez. Yeah, I think... I'm guessing that's probably true, right? Look at that old picture of Deadly there. He's just played for BTXL. That's TCA, that is. Actually is before XL. Yeah, sorry, Lorks. I thought you dropped a news bomb. It's just something I missed. And this is the thing where I want to grow my team because I can't catch every single story, sadly. Alex said, mention Eminem, Dom, for F's sake. Yes, Eminem. Eminem did very well. You guys have done very well, right? To get to Division 1. I'm really pleased that you're in there. You've done very, very well. Yeah, I feel relief now I didn't leak. Odie, who? Hello, Odie. How you doing? Odie, we just spoke about the Ravens roster earlier, and I was talking about you not giving me info on the Rogue. What's happening with Rogue, Odie? We want to know what's happening with the LEC team. Oh, yeah, exactly. Singularity. Yeah, they're going to have to play all those big teams. M&M, all those... I said BTXL and Australis because they're LEC Academy teams, right? So that's going to be arguably even harder than M&M. But I know you might dispute that with me. Okay, cool. Let's go back to this. Odie, we're just talking about the top tier of UK and Nordics and Ireland League of Legends, the NLC. One of the teams in it, Singularity, just made this weird announcement yesterday that they're going to field an all-student team, right? They're going to be going up against the academy teams of Astralis, Excel. They're going to be going up against experienced UK orgs like M&M Gaming and so on. And we're just chatting about it. Is this a positive move or a recipe for disaster, as Synergy said from London United and the UK EL? He said, let's bring up Synergy's tweet because I like this. This got people talking. I like the idea in principle, but throwing uni players straight into Division 1 is a recipe for disaster. I also feel it's somewhat disrespectful to all the players who have worked hard, who should be in Division 1 and will now miss out to the students, right? I hope I'm proven wrong, though. I kind of agree with Synergy, and I think a lot of people did agree with his take here. So, yeah. Odie, question is why? Yeah, exactly. Why? Exactly. And that's why I was saying, Odie, when you read between the lines in this Singularity, if you see what the owner said of the founder of Team Singularity, this year's been weird in the NLC as we've had more off-season than on-season, and there's been a lot of changes, right, in the NLC. If you don't know, Odie, they've changed tournament organisers from DreamHack to Freaks for You, and they've implemented this new. They've got rid of the UK League Championships, the middle tier, and they've put in NLC Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and they said only the top 6 teams that were currently in the NLC would stay in Division 1, and the rest have to re-qualify. And teams like Resolve, which has the links with Chester and Dave at British Esports, didn't re-qualify to Division 1 and now re-qualified to Division 2. So I don't know. And then there's other people are saying as well, you can't sell your spot. Right, although one of the teams tricked, they sold their spot to Astralis. So I don't know what's going on. It seems like there's one rule for the bigger teams, one rule for the others. I'm not sure. I've got an interview with NLC coming up, and I did ask about that, so hopefully they'll let us know. Alex, Dom just liked to stream for 10 seconds, please. Yes, M&M. Heard it here. M&M. Let's. You heard it here. M&M are going to win the NLC, right? Okay. According to Alex. No, I've got a lot of respect for M&M. You guys have done very well. Specifically in Siege as well. You guys have really impressed me in Rainbow Six Siege. You keep doing amazing and selling teams and so on. Middlecott, Bealey destroys the mental of every team he plays against. Clip it and ship it. What have I done? What have I done? Yeah, they smurf Siege. They do. I don't know how they do it. They just keep doing it, don't they? Keep getting good teams. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's have a look at some other... and actually, shout out to you, Alex. Let's bring up your tweet here because I thought this was interesting. This looks like a Vivictus Esports V2. At least we won't come last now. I know you have your fun tweets as well, but I think there's a truth to that in a way, right? And if people don't know who Vivictus are, do you know this article on Esports News UK? It's probably in my top 10 to 15 most read articles every single month. People searching this. People are still searching it. It's been two and a half years since this team. Basically, Vivictus were a team in the LCL, in the Russian region, right? LCL, and the team owner decided to field an all-women's team. Now, but what happened was the players on that team were at a lower level, right, lower elo than the players on the other teams. I think the players on the other teams were Master Challenger level, and the players on this Vivictus were around Diamond, as I understand it, and they got absolutely beaten. Look, one game they lost 52-2, and eventually they were kicked out of the LCL by Riot. Because Riot said there was a huge difference in the results compared to other teams, which is an unacceptable level of competitiveness in a closed league, right? And they kicked them out. I did the headline at the time, is this really about giving women a platform, or is it just an unfair publicity stunt? It seemed like the latter to me, from what the owner was saying about, here we go, it's time to experiment. We'd like to check how competitive the women's team will be on the professional stage and how strong their progress will be. Like, fair enough if they're challenger level, master challenger level, but they weren't. You know, they were a tier or two below all the other players on the other teams. So, you know, it's not really an experiment, is it? Really, if you know that they're at a lower level. So, there we go. Yeah, they were the diamond elo, right? But anyway, I'm digressing. But Alex, you made a good point there. Odie said Eminem are one of those teams that I helped by selling my team. Oh, what was that one, Odie? Was that when you sold Dignitas? You do love a risky tweet, Alex. You left a hole. Yeah, exactly. You left a hole in the scene. And I think Endpoint as well in particular have you did that UK Esports thing recently, didn't you? That program on TV with Adam Jessup from Endpoint. These bloody glasses are driving me mad. And he said, you know, when Dignitas was sold to 76ers, it left a void in UK Esports. We want to sort of fill that gap and you know, live up to your heritage, which I think was a nice thing to say. So absolutely, you've done that. So let's go back to this singularity thing. I think that's most of it here. I do have a quote. Some of you may have missed this actually. Some of you, hello, Phoenix McNoob. How are you doing? So I went back to Roehampton. I didn't hear back from Singularity, sadly, but I went back to Roehampton and I said, what do you think of these comments, right? What do you think of... I didn't say Alex and the two Alexes in particular, but I said, you know, some people are saying you guys are basically going to get smashed by the other teams. What are your thoughts? What's your reaction? And Pedro Aguar, esports coordinator at the Uni of Roehampton, told me that very few teams can compete with the franchise org's academy rosters, so Excel and Astralis, so it's hard to compare it in that sense. We go into this split with high hopes of shining a light on the amazing talent that the university leagues have to offer. Hopefully, by making a bold statement into Division 1, we can start to see a systemic change on how agents and scouts approach university esports and highlight a different path for young esports athletes who still want to pursue a pro career while studying in the higher education sector. There are many possibilities in the Singularity partnership, and this is just one thing we're doing right now. So they're doing other stuff as well, right? They're going to use the space at Roehampton Uni for boot camp. You know, there's scholarships at Roehampton. They've done a good stuff, like they've done a Women in Esports conference the other day, and they've got Women in Esports scholarship, and they've done some good stuff, right? Roehampton, I'd put them up there with, you know, is it Warwick, isn't it? I think, and a few other unis that are doing good things in UK esports as well. There's other unis are leaping from my mind at the moment, but I know there's a good handful of unis that are doing decent things. You know, even Staffs, which had a lot of criticism, has improved from what I understand, and you know, the students are good. They have some good creative students at Staffs as well. Odie, well, thing is, I'm back in the UK, so watch this space. Yeah, that's true now, isn't it? Yeah, now you are. Yeah, with Ravens and all that, Rex Global, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I hope, just quickly, Odie, because I think you missed that bit. Good luck to you guys with your all-English roster. I like the stuff from the media day, your videos and stuff on Twitter. Like, come on for the COD League season. You know, you had a tough year, right? You didn't do great this year, but it's a franchise league. But yeah, I hope you guys do well next year. I won't go into this too much because you probably can't talk much about it, and it's probably an awkward subject. But with how Activision is at the moment, Activision Blizzard, you know, the Warcraft esports seem to have dropped off a cliff. So I hope the situation with Activision doesn't affect you guys. But, you know, Overwatch seems to be a bit uncertain, doesn't it? I think out of everything at Activision, Call of Duty seems to be the most stable thing at the moment. So I'm hoping it doesn't get, you know, too destabilised from what's going on. But, and you know, people are calling for Bobby Kotick's head, aren't they, at the moment? So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Jonas said, fingers crossed it all goes well. And yeah, Jonas, you could give unique input because you were at, Jiggy, you were at Roehampton, right? Before you joined British Esports / Resolve. So yeah, it'd be good to. I hope you guys. I want them to succeed. This is what I put at the bottom of my article, right? It certainly won't be easy for students to face off against the likes of Excel and Astralis Academy teams, or even X7, who've been linked with Haru, a player with Worlds experience. But the challenge is set, and now it's their chance to prove everyone wrong. Chichester. Odie, thank you. How could I forget Chichester? I've done talks there, several talks. They're a great bunch. Rams and the team, and Ian as well. All visas are in hand this time. I'll concentrate on competitive. Yeah, and I put that in my article. Where is it here? I know I mentioned visa somewhere before. Did I mention visa? I thought I did. Because one of your players who came back, right? You had an issue with visas before. Oh, if I didn't put it in this article, I was supposed to. I must have forgotten to put a sentence in here. Yeah, I must have. I don't know how that's happened. I must have missed it. I can't remember who it was now. One of your players, was it Zero that had visa issues? I think. I'm trying to. Sure, I put it in here somewhere. I must have deleted part of this article by accident. Well, the US shut down, so we couldn't get players in. Zero nasty Dom. Okay, yep. Right, okay, yeah, Zero and nasty. Yeah, well, okay, well that's good that it's visas are in hand this time. So Jonas said, I expressed all of my concerns and I heard what they had to say, like Singularity. They really do have some good ideas and I absolutely wish them all the best. Yeah, I wish them the best too. It's a great chance. I just hope they don't lose all their games. Because someone put onto it, I can't remember who put it now. I might have missed putting this in my article. They said, it's going to be very demoralising for those students if they lose all their games, and might, students that have the potential possibly to have a career in league or even go pro in the future. It might really knock them a bit, their mental attitude. So that's it on Singularity. Does anyone have any other views before I move on? I think that's the main story from UK and Nordics League of Legends on this stream today. I haven't read all these quotes from Roehampton. Most of them are, this is a positive move, blah, blah, blah. Shine a light on grassroots esports and showcase some of the talent. Of course, it's going to be positive quotes, isn't it, on the Singularity website. Frumi, yes, Middlecourt, you're right. I think it was a video Frumi put out, and I saw it after I published that article, and then I was watching the TV last night, and I didn't jump to add it back into my article. Maybe I should. Odie says, my worry is players that are not students. What do you mean, players that are not students? Like, what you mean, players that are not students playing in the team? I think they said it's student only. OD, but they did say it's not limited to Roehampton, right? So it can be students, I believe, across the UK and Nordics, right? So there we go. The team is an all-star university team, so it's not limited to students at Roehampton. So that opens up the pool a little bit. Jiggy. I think they understand they'll get destroyed every game. I just hope the players don't get destroyed on socials. Yeah, that won't be very nice. If anyone gets destroyed, it should be Singularity for making this decision in the first place, not the students. Kind of like Staffordshire Uni, right? And all the criticisms they got. Don't berate the students. They signed up to do a course, and some of them thought they didn't get what they paid for. So yeah. Phoenix McNoob, weird org to partner with when there are UK orgs to choose from. Yeah, well, I mean, Singularity, are they Danish? Danish, yeah, but they've been in the UK scene on and off. I think in other games as well. I've written about Singularity quite a bit over the years. I'm not actually that close to Singularity. I'd like to get a bit closer to them. Lorks, no one should be flamed, but the students should know what they're signing up for. Yeah, that's a fair take. Absolutely. Yeah, they are Danish. Middlecott. Yep. All right, cool. So that's that story then. I'll probably move on from that now, unless anyone wants to chat anything else. See any other takes here. There were some positive takes. Josh Mulgrew, will be interesting to see how this partnership works. Seems pretty cool. And there were some positive reactions as well. Yeah, okay. Okay, there's some more UK League of Legends stuff. I've got two more League of Legends stories for you. This one is a good talking point. X7, the team from the Isle of Man that have got government backing from Isle of Man government. I think it's government financial backing, right? Have been linked with a player that was at Worlds and some other top pro players. I mean, this was crazy. I know people saw this going, what? And maybe I should have written an article on it, but I'll be honest, I did actually hear about this before. I've been talking to X7, so I actually heard about this. And so all I did, I updated my article with a link through to this rumour. But hopefully I can get an interview, if this does pull off, get an interview with some of the players on the team when it's confirmed, if or when it's confirmed. So hopefully, so that'll be good. What do you guys think of this X7 linked with such big players like Kassing, Haru, Jaeger, Tempt for the upcoming NLC? I mean, Reckless is going to the French LFL. And this, I don't want to say little, but the start-up organisation from Isle of Man, I could call the Isle of Man little, right, because it is little, are being linked with these massive players. Very interesting. And this was on Esport Maniacos reported this, the Spanish site. This is their English version here. Sorry, Haru won Worlds. I forgot Haru won Worlds with Samsung Galaxy. My goodness me. In 2017. I forgot that he actually won it. Oda, you're Kassing. Yes, you're Kassing. Yeah, he's been doing well in Spain this year. He won the Spanish Superliga this year. I forget which team Kassing's on now. Is it Giants or is it... Was he with Giants? Yeah, he was Giants. I think he's been linked with another move. He's been linked to X7, so I don't know what's happening there. I should reach out to him, really. Again, time. Wish I had a team to pass leads to. Throw money to get ahead. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they're trying to do. It's scary. Seen so many failures over the years. People still make the same mistakes. Yeah. That's it, Lorks. Won the Superliga and the Iberian Cup. Do you know what? I've been really happy for Kassing, because he wasn't in the best of place at Excel, was he? He got pushed down to the academy team not long after he joined Excel a few years ago, and his career looked like it was going downhill a little bit. But I really admire his mentality, Kassing. He's always had that resilience and determination and a professional attitude, and well played to have won those 2 cups this year. Is very good. I think they got. I think they got to the quarterfinals or something at the EU Masters. I could be wrong there. Fear of missing out, Odie says. Again, the question is why. But when will Riot expand? When you say expand, Odie, what do you mean? Do you mean like the European regional leagues? Because do you know what I like about Rocket League? Right, because we've had some UK organisations, haven't we, doing well in Rocket League. Right, I'm going to come on to this in a bit. Rocket League, we've had Endpoint, Semper Fortis, Resolve, and so on, doing well in Rocket League. Is it Rocket League I'm thinking of? What am I talking about? Sorry, Siege. I'm being an idiot. Siege. I like the setup at Siege because you have the Pro Leagues, and then you have the European Leagues, you have the UK Island Nationals, but the big teams can play in the UK and Island Nationals, right? If I think it's Navi have a bunch of UK players. They can play in the UK Island Nationals and also play at the Pro League as well, and they don't take place at the same time. I quite like that idea. I know in League we have the academy sides and so on, but I like that. Odie, because they need to make instant noise. That's what they think. Oh, franchises, yeah. When will Riot expand franchises? Yeah, and Valorant. We spoke about this, didn't we, last week? Again, that could be an article lead for me. What's happening with Valorant franchises? I think there's been a little bit spoken about it in over the past few months. Maybe we'll get some news from Riot end of this year, right after Valorant challenges. We'll get some news on franchises and so on. Alex said, literally perfect place to grow UK Nordic talent, etc. Oh, I've missed some of the chat here, guys. Sorry, I've been waffling. Phoenix McNoob just mentioned Birmingham Salvo to give Odie the 1,000-mile stare. Birmingham Salvo. But they were the ones that won the what was it? Was it CGS, Odie? Sorry, that was a bit before my time. I think it was, right? Birmingham Salvo. Yeah, good to see the chat so active. Thank you guys for tuning in so late. I appreciate it. 8 viewers. That's very, very good. So yeah, X7 being linked with these big names. Let's see what happens with them. You are right, Odie. They're throwing a lot of money. I think I've actually got an X7 article here. Let's. I did it as an opinion piece recently. Oh. Damn it, I must have forgotten to tag it as an opinion piece. Cheese Lord P, thank you for following the stream. Oh god, what am I doing? 1 second. There we go. So yeah, I wanted to bring this up, Odie, because X7. Not only have they been linked with these big players, they acquired 2 organisations in about 2 or 3 months. And not tiny UK orgs either. Bulldog, okay, sort of semi-pro org, but good. They acquired Bulldog a few months ago, and then they acquired Absolved, who have been in the top tier UK Ireland Nordics NLC for a while. Right? They acquired 2 of them, and now they're being linked with these big teams. This is it, OD. Yeah, Isle of Man's first pro esports org receives government sponsorship. This was back in June. They had this. Because I asked them about this. They said, oh, sponsorship. And I reached out to them and said, what does sponsorship mean? Because that can mean a lot of things. There we go. For some funding, they told me. Some funding. I mean, some can mean lots as well, can't it? Which will go towards player salaries, apparel and coaching resources. There we go. Yeah, significant investment in education at the grassroots level. Yes, it was you, OD, Birmingham Salvo. That was it. That was in that documentary, wasn't it? 2008, they spent $50 million. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's CGS, but had no returns, so they killed it, which destroyed the NAC and allowed EG to take over. Yeah, absolutely. Sponsorship or a grant? Yeah, again, that's a good question, because I asked for specifics and they wouldn't give me specifics, OD. The word they said was sponsorship. All right, so that implies there's something there with a give and take, doesn't it? That if X7 get big, then I don't know, they're putting Isle of Man on the map, right? You can imagine all the interviews, can't you? You're from where? Imagine getting big and being interviewed by big publications. That it's putting Isle of Man on the map. That might be part of their idea behind it, possibly. Officer Naughty, I feel like the gaming house will be make or break bringing Koreans over. Yeah. Odie, I wish all this random money was around 20 years ago. Yeah, absolutely. I need to get some of this random money now. I know I keep saying it, grow the team. I need to do that now. I've been doing some extra freelance projects. I forgot to go back to streaming. Here we go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've just been talking about this article here. You can see it for yourself, the sponsorship and stuff. You can have a read of that. I need to get some funding and grow the team. Absolutely. I've been taking on extra freelance projects the past few weeks to cover Christmas and a big tax bill coming up. So yeah, I need to do things properly. I used to sell their postage stamps. Gaming houses are evil. Who's that? Postage stamps? What? Who? What? In Isle of Man? Gaming houses are evil. I hate them. Yeah, do you know what? XO Esports said a similar thing a few years ago. They said something about, we need to move past the era of gaming houses now. I've reported on lots of problems at gaming houses. Players drama, not being looked after properly. It's all kinds of stuff, and they're expensive as well, aren't they? It's a dead model. Phoenix McNoob said. The business rep of Isle of Man as well could be something dodge. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Look says gaming houses are so fun. I think boot camps are fine, aren't they? But at the idea of a house, I don't know if it's the Isle of Man when I had a real job. Okay, cool. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so well, good luck to X7. They are throwing money, like you're saying. They are throwing money, absolutely. The only other league story I've got this. Odie said I used to work for a company that made stamps for 50 countries. Oh, that's interesting. Are you a stamp collector then, Odie? Are you, or is it part of a passion, or was it just a job for you? Yeah. So one other league story, guys, for the people interested in league here. Riot refuses to scrap league objective bounties, but will nerf them after complaints. Dexerter, mate, this is on Dexerter. They may have done other articles. I didn't get round to doing an article on the pre-season stuff because it's less esports and more general league. But I do like doing general league stories as well. They can do quite well for me. But pre-season is absolutely... it's caused a real sort of ruckus and debate in the league community because objective bounties are absolutely made Summoner's Rift wild. You can be massively ahead, lose one team fight and then lose the game, and some people have been complaining about it, and some of the other new additions as well, like the new Drakes and the new Clouds, the new Drake Souls and so on. I have stamps which are worth a lot, but today the new stamps are NFTs. Yes, they are, absolutely. And speaking of NFTs and stamps and things, I still need to do this. I was thinking of doing a stream at one point. I've got my where is it here? I've got my Pokemon cards. I've got the first the base set all complete. I found a shop in London that I needed like 4 or 5 more, including that Blastoise there. Where is he? There, yeah. My camera is the wrong way around. So yeah, NFT. These were the NFTs, right? Of when I was growing up as a kid. The NFTs on the playground. Except you don't obviously own. It's not just one owner kind of thing. Looks, yo, that's sick. Thank you. Yeah, and my son's really into it. And I bought. The reason it's a bit skew width at the moment, but I bought this thing here. Where is it? I bought this sort of what is it, folder, because my son's really into Pokemon as well. So I've done this for him. I wanted to complete the base set, and I'll give this to him at some point. All right, maybe on his 10th birthday or something. I say look after it, and if he wants to sell it and buy a car when he's older, he'll be able to. Because I've valued it. I think the base set is worth about. The set I've got probably $2,000, something like that. So nothing like the first edition Charizards where you could buy a house with it. But yeah, looks, I only have a few of the base set. Yeah, cards have QR codes. That can mean a collectible can be added to forever, which is mind blowing. Yeah, absolutely. Cavade, hello Jade, how you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. You've just missed the chat about Singularity and Roehampton Uni. We had a good chat. Ultimately, it came down to, we just hope that if the students do lose quite a bit, that it doesn't affect their mentality, and people shouldn't send them nasty criticism and so on social media. So good luck to the team. It's going to be a challenge in Division 1 against Excel and Astralis and so on, but good luck. I'm good, thanks. How are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Oh, no. You don't need to be here on time. And I never announce when I'm going to do these streams because I'm just awful with the kids and stuff. I can't do them before 9 p.m. anyway. And then I need time to get all the news up. So yeah, league people in the chat, what do you think of this, the pre-season? I haven't actually played a Summoner's Rift game. Yeah, I've been playing TFT and the Ruined King, the new game that Riot brought out the other day, Ruined King. I've got it on the Switch, which is good for me with the kids. I can just pick up and play it. Any league players, have you played pre-season? I'd be keen to hear your thoughts. Looks bad for competitive, but it's really funny if you're playing with friends. Yeah, league. I love league with friends, with a team of 5. I love Clash. I've played with a few journalist friends and things like that in Clash. I love it to bits. Very fun. Cavade, 100%. Can't talk much on the new Singularity Roehampton partnership, but definitely an interesting opportunity and excited to see Singularity support the students. Yeah, absolutely. If people don't know, Cavade is from Roehampton Uni, right? Doing some good work there. I might do a joint. We were talking about doing a thing on your Women in Esports conference. I've also been talking to the other chap that I got the quote from. I feel awful because I've forgotten his first name now. Bear with me 1 second. I want to say a name, but I don't want to get it wrong. Where is it here? Pedro, that's it, Pedro Aguirre. So we could maybe do a joint interview with you or someone about women in esports stuff you're doing, and also the Singularity partnership. If you want to do that in sort of, I don't know, mid-December. Unfortunately a bit crazy at the moment with freelance projects. I've taken on too many to pay my bills. Odie, that's a real problem that needs addresses. The social media nightmare for pro players. Yeah. It's not just students, is it? It's pro players as well. It's social media is a blooming nightmare. I got into the habit this year when I'd done Esports News UK full time. I felt like I had to be on socials 24/7, and I was checking my phone at 11 o'clock at night before bed and writing stories till 1 in the morning. I've stopped doing that now. I've written a note on my wall here. You don't need to do every story, right? I'm basically a one-man band with a few volunteers and a freelancer. You need to switch off at some point. But yeah, I know it's very different to what you're saying, I do with pro players and, you know, the mental problem. Oh, death threats. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely disgusting, isn't it? And I see it a lot. I hear of it a lot. You know, I hate writing articles that I hate writing articles about people that have had death threats and things. It's horrible. Cavade, that sounds good. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll keep it going. Well, let's chat. Let's chat in a few weeks. Pedro seemed keen to do that as well. So that's the League of Legends stuff done. I'm about halfway through this, but I'll just whittle through. These are some not good news now. Positive stories. This is why I set Esports News UK up partly, was to shout about the good stuff happening that not many sites bothered to cover. So this is some good news in other esports. If you're not a fan of non-League of Legends stuff, I hope you still stick around for a bit, because there is some great stuff the UK is doing in other esports as well, and often in orgs that have League of Legends teams as well. Odie, it's something I'm pushing for government side. I haven't looked at Reddit for 6 years. Unfortunately, I have to look at Reddit every day for the news. But yeah, there is a lot of nonsense, and you can see the bandwagoning, right? You can see it in threads where people jump on a bandwagon, they all copy each other, and then you see another post. Oh, these people were really out of order to so-and-so player in that thread, and then everyone bandwagon. Oh yeah, it's awful. Where are all the other ones that were sending abuse? They've all gone quiet. You know, it's a hive mind thing, isn't it? It's very easy to read a bunch of views and just go, oh yeah, that's my view as well. You know, it's not natural, is what I say to people. Social media is not natural. You wouldn't go up to someone in the street and say comments like you would on social media. It's the anonymity, isn't it? And then if you take away the anonymity, people start moaning that, start moaning about freedoms and all that stuff. So it's a difficult one. So let's move on. Some positive stories here. Problem X, one of the UK's best Street Fighter players, won another big tournament. He seems to do very well at LANs, this guy. Not always super consistent on the online world, but on the LAN floor, he can pull it out the bag, and he won. He was losing 3-0 and he won 5-3 in Las Vegas in a Street Fighter 5 Red Bull Kumite cage. Really great news. Again, someone I've interviewed a few times over the years, and when I first started my site, late 2015, DreamHack London took place. You know, who knew that there was a DreamHack in London? You know, it wasn't well attended, unfortunately, and they haven't bothered coming back here since. But I remember watching him and thinking, this guy's pretty damn good. And he beat he's with Mouse Esports, or Mouse as it is now. Who did he beat in the final? South Korean player NL, and with his trademark M Bison. I mean, M Bison, I played Street Fighter growing up when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. M Bison was back then in the original games. Odie, depends what fanboy the Reddit admin is. Yeah, exactly. And it's not nice, is it? It's you know, They're gatekeepers, aren't they? Reddit admins, and they're not very journalist friendly. Reddit. The amount of hoops I have to jump through. I can share like one article on Esports News UK every 2-3 weeks on Reddit. I've been banned on the Hearthstone Reddit because I shared 2 of my articles in a month on there. Luckily they've lifted that now. I've been shadow banned on a few others, I think, as well. I don't overdo it with self-promotion at all, by the way, but I've learnt some tips and tricks to be accepted a bit as a journalist on Reddit these days. So yeah, shout out to Problem X. He won Evo 3 years ago, and he won DreamHack London back in 2015 as well. So nice picture here of Problem X. I like the Red Bull Kumite, the cage, stuff like that. I really like that. So that was cool to see. Look, Street Fighter, banger game when growing up. I don't use Reddit at all. I never hear anything good from it for League. No, exactly. And do you know what? I'm going to bring up... You've just reminded me... I did an interview a year ago with EXO Esports... Well, he's the Academy jungler now, but he was just joined the LEC team this time last year. I'm not going to find it, am I? Because there's so many... here we go. Yes, this is about a year ago. I asked him a question about... asked him a question about Reddit, because he received some criticism on Reddit. I said, do you listen to criticism like this? Do you think this criticism is fair or unwarranted? He said, I've read the Reddit threads and seen some positive and negative comments. I would say most of the comments are so uninformed that I couldn't learn anything from them, even if I wanted to. So yeah, I don't think pro players... You don't really see comments from pro players on Reddit, do you? You see coaches and casters on there sometimes. Oh dear, I got shadow banned. Best thing they did for me. All I said was in World War II the Nazis burned books. You can get banned for all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, it's they don't like self-promotion. I don't know why. Journalists are, we can contribute to the news stream, to the debate, and they have all these rules of, one post every 9, all this stuff. They've changed it a bit now, but obviously if you're spamming an article every 30 minutes, yeah, it'd be banned. But I wasn't doing that on Hearthstone. I shared, like I say, 2 articles in about 2 or 3 weeks, and I got banned for it, which is ridiculous, really, when you think about it. Okay, another positive news story. Coalesce won the Sigma Esports Cup in LAN in Malta this week. And they were playing in the tournament with Astralis Talent and also Phoenix, right? And Phoenix, you guys did okay, didn't you? Oh, no, sorry. No, I didn't. I forgot. I just updated this article beforehand. You struggled in groups, McNoob. Sorry to hear that. But at least I hope the experience was all right for you. How did it go? How did it go out there? So yeah, congrats to Coalesce. They formed a few years ago now. A few months back. Right, 6 UK esports orgs merged to form Coalesce, and this was a CS:GO tournament, I believe. Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? 6 orgs merging to form this. Oh, we lost AWP 2 days beforehand. I think I remember you saying, yeah, sorry to hear that. That must be frustrating, but it's cool that we're getting these lands and things. Malta, I'm half Maltese. Here's a little not so fun fact, but a fact nonetheless. I'm half Maltese. My dad's Maltese and my mum is a proper Londoner. And, I've got my mum's pale skin, but my dad has got a little bit more sort of Mediterranean skin and Maltese. So, yeah, I like to see Maltese stuff because I have a bit of a link there. Oh dear, a lot of esports people live in Malta now. I wonder why. No tax cough. Yeah. Do you know what? I didn't know. I should know that as a journalist. I didn't know that too much about the tax stuff in Malta. And do you know what? I'm ashamed to say I've never been to Malta. Considering I've got, my heritage is from there. I must go at some point. I must go. I want to check out where my nan and granddad used to live and all that stuff years ago. Phoenix McNoob. I'm technically Gibraltarian. So do love the tax dodge. Is that how you say that? Gibraltarian? That's an interesting... I haven't said that before. Yeah. Okay. And some other... This is really good news. Endpoint, OD. We mentioned Endpoint. I like the guys at Endpoint. They've reached the Rocket League full major. Congrats to those guys, and also so have Semper Fortis as well. They're quite a new UK org, but do have some decent backing. They've reached the I haven't written an article on this yet. I haven't got round to it because this only happened 4 hours ago, and Endpoint was yesterday. So if we have a look here, Endpoint finished third in the full major in the rankings for RLCS 2021-2022, and they've qualified for the full major just behind BDS and Dignitas, your old team. They're right at the top, Odie, with 781 points, Endpoint with 691, Semper with 580, and then Vitality with 520. And also, if Jiggy's still there, shout out to Williams Resolve, finishing in the top 10. So good to see, again, some more UK talent in Rocket League. Guild at the bottom. Awful for Guild. Really underperforming at the moment. And that is pretty embarrassing for them, given the resources, the talent they've got there. Gregan left recently, of course, the other week to move back into casting. That's pretty bad for Guild. And some changes are needed, I think, there. Oh dear, it's an amazing place. My dad was based there when he was in the Special Forces. Wow, okay, cool. That's really cool. We'll have to chat about that sometime, Odie. Did they beat Dig? They played tonight. Odie, that's a good question. I haven't, like I say, because I haven't written an article. I haven't caught up on this that much. Let's have a look at Semper Fortis' Twitter here. Okay, they beat Evil Geniuses 4-2. Although I'll tell you what, I've got it here. Look, I've got it here. I'll bring it up. Oh no, that's not it. No, it's the because I don't follow Rocket League that closely. They had the format's a bit funny, right? This was a European. What was it called? I saw it earlier. Now I can't see what it was now. It was something semi-finals or something like that. Semper aren't listing what it is. I'm not sure, Odie. I think these are the rankings you build up throughout the various tournaments, right? And there we go, full regional 1, 2 and 3. So Dignitas had built up 700 points from the regionals and then 80 to get to the full major. Oh, maybe they get 80 because they finished in the top 5. They get 80 extra. I'm not sure. Let's have a look here if it's on Dignitas's page. Shout out to Liquipedia, by the way. A really, really great source of info. Yeah, there you are, Odie. Look, former Odie, General Manager. Join date 2003, 9th of September. Leave date 7th of March. Sorry, is that 7th of March or is that the American way they're doing that there? I'm not fully sure. Could be 3rd of July. That sounds about right, doesn't it? 3rd of July you left. New organisation, Rogue. Here we go. No, it looks like the most recently Dignitas beat Vitality in the EU regional event 2. Hang on, there's been the regional event 3, hasn't there? I won't go into too much of this. Let's have a look here. Hang on. Is this? Doesn't look like this has been populated this properly. No, I'm not fully sure, Odie, to be honest, when Dignitas last played. Guild last. Endpoint played Dig. General Manager Miles. Jiggy, just wait for Williams Resolve to get into Winter Major. Can you still do that, can you? Oh yeah, sorry, this is the full major, isn't it? Of course. I'm getting confused because this isn't... We're going into winter now, right? We're nearly in December. I'm getting confused with the terminology here. When is the full major for... Where's the blooming full major here? Here we go. 12th of December. Sorry, 8th of December. I mean, that's confusing. They're calling it the full split major, isn't it? Really, that should be winter. Oh, I'm guessing winter's going to be sort of early 2022 then, I'm guessing. Odie, did you see the Esports Awards? No, has that I saw it was happening, but is it concluded now, has it? The Esports Awards? Has this all concluded here? Oh, just over 4 hours to go. Okay, so it's going to start. It's annoying, isn't it? Our time. I guess we'll wake up and see all the winners. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's going to happen. Who's staying up for that? I can't with my kids, but be interesting to see who wins all of these awards. Looks, Dom, what is your starter Pokemon for Kanto? The real questions. Yeah, so Kanto is the original, right? Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. Because originally I picked Bulbasaur, but over the years I grew to love Charmander. I liked all three of the things. You know, I played it again, did Bulbasaur, Squirtle, but I like people say, you know, oh, Charizard's boring. I like the guy. I like Charizard. He's one of my favourites. Yeah, Gen 1. Odie, I'm on the panel. Oh, yeah, of course you are, Odie. Yeah, I mentioned you in the thing when they announced it a few months ago, and I've updated it with the UK talent and the UK judges and stuff. It looks really good, actually, Odie, doesn't it? Like, I've seen some of the people that are up for awards. They've gone into their hotel rooms, and the bed has got, you know, good luck in the awards, all these goodies and their name and stuff. They've really put the effort in. I think this is the first awards without Gfinity's financial backing, as I understand it. Gfinity sold their 30% stake in the awards last year. Odie, look at the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Oh, okay. Is there a site or let's have a look here. This is a voting thing. Let's have a look here. Voting is now closed. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, there we go. Lifetime. Oh, this is previous winners. Odie. I know Richard Lewis was in there. Carmack, Miss Harvey. Oh, hang on. Class of 2021. So have these been announced already? Have I missed that, Odie? These 2021 ones? Are these been announced recently? Oh, I could have gone, but I didn't want to travel yet. It's a real hard one for me because most people in esports now. Yeah, I'm not big on travelling, to be honest. There's Diego. We were talking about him earlier, right? He's 40, I think late 30s, early 40s. This was last year. This is a nice Hall of Fame, isn't it? This the Lifetime Achievement. There's some good names in here. Where's Total Biscuit? I think that was the ESL one, wasn't it? They recognised him posthumously, Total Biscuit. Yeah, there's some good names in here. DJ Wheat, Fatality. Yeah, so 7 for 2021 there. Odie, because most people in esports now ain't got a clue about the start. Okay. Last night they announced, right, okay, cool, I missed that. Oh, Justin Wong in there as well. Yeah, some good ones here. Miss Harvey, yeah. You are right, Odie. You are right. There are some people that that don't know the heritage of esports. I like tracking this stuff, you know, and there will be some people that don't know these people, and it's good for them to know. You know, it is important. Yeah, so I look forward to that. Speaking of awards, look, said Adam won, no? Odie, 3 women. Do they win? I don't think you win lifetime achievement, do you, Odie? I think you just get all recognised together, right? Lifetime achievement awards, you just get recognised in this sort of Hall of Fame together. I believe so. Anyway, I believe so. And oh, look, so I saw a tweet last night. Let's have a look at the. I mean, the only thing is, their tweets are going to be. There's so much stuff. Here's what I was talking about. Look at that welcome there, Captain Flowers. Welcome, Captain Flowers. Right, that's pretty cool. There we go. Lifetime Achievement Class of 2021. Yeah, I don't believe it's a one person winning. Look, they've all got trophies there up on that stage. So yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. And I mean, some of them, they're not even that old. I mean, I would say that because I'm 36, but yeah. Odie, I'm the oldest on the panel. It's voted by the panel. Well, how can you get an award if you're on the panel, Odie? You need to decline the panel, right, next year so that people vote you to win the Lifetime Achievement. I think it's only a matter of time, mate, isn't it? Surely, to be up there. It's got to be. And there's some other big ones missing in here as well. I know we're only, 2019, it's only done it for 3 years, so we've got a lot of people to include. There's a fair few people I would put in here that aren't in here yet, but we've got lots of years to go yet. Luke said, I think I saw some MLG people saying congrats, but doesn't mean the others didn't get. Yeah, they might have just been saying congrats to whoever, and it can come across as, oh, that person won, right? But no, I think this is recognising those who laid the foundations and paved the way. It's not so much, I want to see the actual awards. I did it in an article here. I want to see the actual award categories. Is it this community awards criteria? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. So all these people that are going to be up for awards here. Oh, this is criteria here. They don't actually have the nominees on it. I'm going to moan here about awards sites. They don't have the nominees. And I'm going to have a moan about this other site. Where is it here? The Game Hers Awards for women in esports and gaming. Shout out to Ellie Bear, who won one of these awards. This was yesterday. Ellie Bear's a Staffs Uni student and doing stuff at Verdant, the UK org, and has done a few other bits and pieces for Excel, K-Draw and so on. Shout out to Ellie, who won a Rising Star Award. And I wanted to do a post on this, and I can't, because I can't see. They've just put all the winners in a tweet, and they haven't said who's won what. Okay, fair enough, I didn't watch the full stream, but I did reach out to them. I was like, hey, do you have the list of winners somewhere? Like, oh, we will put it on our website at some point. So I want to do it now. I want to recognise these, some of the women in the UK and elsewhere that have won some of your awards, please. You look on their website, and I don't. It's hard to find. I just want a list of. There we go. Awards finalists. Okay, fair enough. They've done good with the finalists. But this is long. Even if they just put like. A star next to the person who's won, would make my job as a journalist a lot easier. But anyway, enough of me waffling and moaning. Odie, some people were trying to get people voting for that were in esports less than 10 years. Yeah, you've been in 3 decades. Their fan base mostly. Yeah, it's just the thing. People forget. It's people get so sucked in by the game. Right, Valorant. Oh, I'm a Valorant person. Well, Valorant was inspired by the shooters of ages gone past, right? Doom and Quake, which inspired Call of Duty, which inspired CSGO, which inspired this and that. I know CSGO's been around a very long time as well, but you get my point. Valorant owes things to Fatality, right, for being their first pro gamer top pro gamer of a shooter game like that. We shouldn't forget those guys, because games change, right? But esports is still esports, and the talent will be there regardless. We need to learn from the old guard, I think. Okay, last few bits here, guys. Halo's coming back. Who's played the beta? I really want to play it. I loved Halo Reach. I was saying to someone the other day, actually, in DMs, I was talking about Halo. Halo is the game that I got the highest rank out of any game I play. I can't remember the blooming rank now, which is annoying, me talking to you. But the highest I've ever got in a competitive game, I did very well on Halo Reach. I was actually very close to getting a team together and playing in the EGL tournament at Emirates Stadium. I think this would have been back in like 2012, 2013, something like that, maybe 2014. Very, very close. I was good. I got to a high rank. I was regularly carried and stuff. I loved it. I loved Halo Reach. I must get the beta at some point when I can get time. But yeah, there was a bunch of news this week. Halo Infinite is preparing for an esports push with ESL DreamHack and Faceit partnerships. $3 million prize pool, not too bad. Crowdfunding is going to push the prize pool even higher. Multiplayer beta has gone live. There's going to be Twitch drops like there was Valorant. And UK COD players, Odie, you might have seen this. This was yesterday. UK COD players are moving across to Halo. Does that worry you as a COD League manager? Josh and Dave, DQV. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, DQV, Dave. Josh said, good luck to everyone competing in COD this year. I can't bring myself to do it. It's the least enjoyable thing I've ever played. That being said, I'm going to give Halo a shot. Got a lot to learn, but I'm excited for a new adventure. If anyone's interested in running it up, hit me up. And Dave said, I can't see myself scrimming on this game every day in its current state, Call of Duty. I just can't do it to myself. Not stopping completely because I may return, but I'm going to give Halo a go since I've already got a lot of experience on it in the past. Excited to have fun again. That's what I love about Halo. It's fun. It's a fun game. I love Halo. Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on that, Odie, and people in the chat. Has anyone played Halo? I know Jamada, if there's anyone from League of Legends still watching this, I know Jamada's been tweeting a lot about the caster, of course, playing Halo and stuff in the beta. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard good things. And there was a roadmap thing on the Halo website. 343, the dev, said this will be the biggest, most robust, open and most competitive Halo esports program and ecosystem ever built in the 20-year history of this franchise. And there's some partnered teams there. I'm not fully sure if these teams are confirmed for the Halo Championship Series or if there's going to be more. I think so. There's 9 here. I think there's going to be more, right? I'm not sure. Interesting to hear your thoughts there, Odie, but I'm guessing if you're in the COD League, that's a substantial investment, right? So you'll be focused on that. Looks, Jamada is a big Halo enjoyer. Yeah, he does seem to be. I'd like to play it. I like this, by the way. I like the Master Chief sort of suits. This does remind me of Rainbow Six Siege, the style of the skins for the Esports Awards. Not sure about FaZe Clan there. I'm not sure about. I'm sure kids will love that, but that one is not for me. I like the red and white ones there. Is that Sentinels there? Is it? I like that one. That looks pretty cool. It's all about MTX. MTX. What? Am I going mad? Do you remind me? What's MTX? Am I being silly here? So yeah, that's Halo. There we go, and there's a big reveal on the Halo Waypoint website. And then shout out to Adam Fitch at Dexerto. Halo Infinite Esports seems promising, but the job isn't done. Basically saying, Microsoft 343 have got their work cut out. Give it a read if you're interested in Halo. It's a good opinion piece from Adam. They could be doing better, is what he's saying, basically. It was quite a good piece, actually. It's the community, the fans that can really take Halo Esports to new heights from here onwards. They just need a reason to show their support. Microtransactions, yes. Jiggy. Interesting to see how much the prize pool is going to increase after crowdfunding. Absolutely. I wonder how big it's going to be. Because some games, the crowdfunding really pushes it, right? Like Dota. The international, the crowdfunding really goes up. League, I don't think, is the same percentage of certain skins and things that go towards the world's prize pool. But I know the Dota one gets very high with that. Rainbow Six personalities criticised the Six Invitational this week for having no live audience. And there was a bunch of UK personalities. Interesting to see what you think in the chat about this, because I can see both sides. Yes, LANs are great. Players want the vibes from the audience. They want to go to an event and be part of an exciting actual physical thing. But at the same time, COVID is still around. Do we want to pull hundreds of people? They did it with the PGL Major. That seemed to go pretty well. And some tournaments are doing well. Don't forget that the International and the Worlds finals didn't have audience there. Right, so are these people being a bit hasty here? UK coach for Invictus, Kid Giggy, said, think everyone would have preferred it if somewhere else, if it meant having a crowd. Leon Gidds, a player, said Six Invitational isn't just about esports, it's for the whole community to get together and celebrate and have a good time. Without that, it just isn't the Six Invitational. And Leon Gidds also said, forget Canada, let's go somewhere we can get people in. For me, the crowd changes me as a player and I just play at another level, though I'm sure it's the same for every player. It's disheartening to see all these tweets, but I think they come with serious concern and should really be a wake-up call. And another UK Siege player, Citizen for G2, said, why host in a place with no audience when there are other tournaments hosting huge events with it? Look at how successful CSGO was with it. Surely Siege should take some notes. The game is just going down and down. So some critical points there. Although, like I say, Inven Global writer Tim Masters said it's worth remembering TI and Worlds both had bigger events with no crowd. TI caused huge problems for fans with their late announcement. PGL managed 5 days of crowds and is the exception to the rule right now, which I agree with. Apex had a nice bump after crowdfunding, said Jiggy Jiggy. And Odie said fine incoming. What for? Fine for what? Oh, what for these players? Are you saying for these players talking down on the Six Invitational? Or have I missed something? I've got to keep up with the chat here. Leon plays for me. Oh God, what am I? Do you know? I've played for Rogue. How did I miss that? Of course he does. Yeah. Fine incoming. Nice. I keep forgetting, Odie, the amount of teams you have and you work with. It must be very exciting. I like the Rogue brand. I like the logo and everything. I've always been a fan of Rogues in games. Yeah, I sometimes forget the amount of teams you've got, Odie. I don't know how you do your job. You must be so busy. And you're sitting here watching my stream, which I really appreciate. This is a little one here. And you might be saying, shill, Dom, shill. But I like Anne Fish, the mum of Benji Fishy, a.k.a. Mama Benji Fishy, who has like, my God, I think she has like 200,000 followers or something on her Twitch. Let's have a look here. So she's got 108,000 followers on Twitter and 166,000 on YouTube. And I'm trying to find her Twitch link. Twitch, I think she's got like 200,000, which is crazy. Have launched a couple of books. Now, I will talk about... I would have reviewed these anyway. But Anne reached out to me to see if I'd like to help with the PR of these books, and which I've really appreciated. It's been a lot of fun working on them. We've got some good interviews lined up with other journalists, so it's been fun writing the press release and arranging interviews and so on. And... I don't have the books here, but they're really good quality. They're like magazine style, right? They're probably were quite expensive to print, I think. They're very glossy, but they're not traditional books. And for me, it makes me think. I don't know if traditional books work in esports at the moment, because the fan base, aren't really deep readers. Yes, you are going to get some readers, but Fortnite fans, 12, 14-year-old Fortnite fans. I don't know if they want to read a 400-page book about esports history, but they do want to read a 150-page book about Benji Fishy, a top UK pro, with pictures of him and not many words in it. Odie, for F's sake, books. I have to do this. Yes, you do have to do it, Odie. I'm big on. I'm very big on reading and books, and I've reviewed quite a few esports books over the years. Fnatic did How to Be a Pro Gamer a few years ago, which wasn't bad. Paul Challoner, of course, Red Eye, did his This Is Esports book. Dr. Disrespect's book was absolutely awful. If you're a fan of Dr. Disrespect, you'll probably like it, but I didn't like it. It was for children. But then, who are his viewers? They're young people, aren't they? So yeah, good shout out to Benji, and also Mr. Savage, his duo partner, who Anne wrote Benji's book, and Mr. Savage and Mr. Savage's dad and Benji's mum wrote the other book as like a guide for parents of esports players and also esports players as well. There they are. So yeah, shout out to them. So that's one of the projects I've been doing some extra work on lately. Okay, and then last few stories, guys. This is a very big story that happened yesterday. Nintendo have partnered with Esports Org Panda Global for licensed Super Smash Bros. Competition circuit next year. It's the first time Nintendo's partnered directly with an esports organisation for a licensed tournament circuit. That is very big news. Nintendo finally sort of acknowledging the esports scene for Smash Bros. I think they've done a few little bits in the past, but this seems like a big, major competitive circuit here. I love Smash Brothers. I played it a lot growing up as a teenager on the N64 and the GameCube. I don't follow it as an esport anymore. I think it's more, for me personally, it's more fun to play than it is watch. But great news, like Nintendo finally doing this, finally supporting a circuit here, is good to see. And another couple of random bits of news here. Warner Brothers unveils a new fighting game, Multiversus, and I mention this because it looks very similar to Smash Brothers. Let me just jump to a bit of footage here. Here you go. But instead of Mario, you've got Bugs Bunny and you've got Batman and Warner Brothers properties. It's a Smash Brothers clone. I mean, even the shields. Look at that there. Look at that! Look at those shields. They're exactly the same as Smash Brothers. I mean, that is a bit cheeky of Warner Brothers there. Whether that will have an esports scene or not, I'm not sure at this point. It looks like it's been built like they want to have an esports scene. Warner Brothers, let's not forget, tried to make a MOBA back in the mid 2010s, and it went down abysmally. I can't remember what it was called now. It was a MOBA with Batman and Warner characters in there and didn't do well at all. So maybe this one will do a little bit better, but you know, I don't know about that Superman move there. Look at this. Where is it here? That Superman, I don't know about this. We'll see what the reviews are like, but it does look like a Smash Brothers clone to me that's slightly slower. Dignitas, again, your old org, have launched a Radiant platform for women in gaming and esports. The name's tilted me a little bit, and also because Nathan, former Excel social media manager's old org used to be Radiant, but spelt correctly without the R-A-I-D. I know why they're doing it. Raiding, you know, World of Warcraft raid, blah blah blah. But the spelling's tilting me a little bit. But good luck to them. They're going to promote women in esports, and they've got a whole website, I think. Where is it here? Here we go. Yeah, so Esports Spotlight interview with Frankie Ward. So it looks like they'll be doing things to promote women in esports. I don't think organisations do enough written content, to be honest. I think that, you know, they're ideal for making guides because they've got pro players. You know, use the pro players to do more guides. Yes, you can do video guides, but sometimes, you know, it's nice to have an in-depth guide for a specific champion, right? You can go into detail with an article in levels that you can't do with a video. And then there's some drama this week. Streamlabs dropping the OBS name after getting called out by an open source app. OBS, of course, is an open source bit of technology, the live streaming software, and for years Streamlabs have been putting OBS in their name, and it reached a bursting point the other day where OBS said, near the launch of Streamlabs OBS, they reached out to us about using the OBS name. We asked them not to. They did so anyway, and followed up by filing a trademark. We tried to sort this out in private, and they've been uncooperative at every turn. we're often faced with confused users and companies who do not understand the difference between the two apps. And Streamlabs, Pokimane, one of the world's biggest streamers, said they better resolve this, or I'm asking them to take my face off the platform. I think she did after this. Ask her to take. She did after this. She asked to. She's cut ties with them for using images of her without permission. This on the login screen. Apparently didn't give permission. Very angry with them. Some she gave permission to use. Some she never gave permission to use. They've removed 10 images of me. Okay, and Streamlabs said we're taking immediate action to remove OBS from our name. Streamlabs OBS is built on top of the OBS open source platform. Streamlabs OBS is also open source and our code is publicly available. We take responsibility for our actions and will support the community. But yeah, big PR disaster for them that's happened this week. And I think that's it, everyone. Thank you. How long's this stream been? Hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. I'll raid someone. Shall we have a look at who there is? There's 6 of you left. Thank you for watching, as always. I'm just going to see who's streaming at the moment. R2K. I mean, we did this last time, didn't we, Rams? Let's. I'm going to raid Rams again. I'm going to raid him again. The lecturer at University of Chichester and former pro gamer for OD and Dignitas. So thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it as always. Have a nice rest of your night and Sunday, and I'll be back next week with more news and waffle and so on. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you next time.